Humans are only willing to do the innovation which get high investments from big businessmen because they feel that if this technology is made in the future, this will make us money.
We want to believe that there's something bigger so that we don't fall into the existential crisis trap.
Because I guess mathematics is one of the only subjects which is the least irrational.
That is, we have irrational numbers. In the future, it is very possible that our definition of mathematics will expand.
Why do we think that universe is trying to communicate with us?
Yeah.
It is not. It is just us thinking that it wants to communicate to us.
It's crazy how we think we can communicate with the universe when we can't even communicate with each other. I mean, we have the
cannot
same
communicate-
language.
We cannot communicate with ourselves.
Yeah, for real. We don't even.
So what humans have been trying to do is that they are just trying to communicate with the universe to understand how it functions so that they can replicate it to their own benefits.
That's fair.
That's what they want to do. Us, that's what we want to do because we should consider ourselves as human, as apparently. Nice. So, welcome to yet another episode of Philosophy Talks. And as you would know, we have these so many cards. We'll pick up with some card and we will discuss about that topic for next 12-15 minutes. And the idea is just basically that we will talk rubbish.
Fair enough.
Bullshit.
Fair enough.
Nothing would make sense, and this is a completely senseless talk. Before that, I would like to introduce myself and her. I am Philosopher 1, and she is
Philosopher 25.
Wow, such a random number. You can also pick a random number for yourself. So, this is how this thing is gonna go. We have these cards, and she will pick a random card, and then we will talk about it. And you can also just add your opinions on any of the thing that you want to say. Please don't take anything seriously because we are not taking seriously ourselves, and our parents also do not take us seriously. That's a sad thing, but okay. I would like you to pick a card.
It's like tarot. Okay. Is mathematics the language of the universe?
Okay, so is mathematics the language of the universe? Nice.
Quite a claim.
Quite a claim. How I like to go about it is I often just take up words and try to define them how I think they should be defined and how you think they should be defined, and we can be on the same page to make any opinion on that. So mathematics.
It is kind of subjective, isn't it? I mean, it is ever growing because we do know numbers. I mean, there was a time where we thought trigonometry was like the pinnacle of what we could know, and so it has evolved with time. And I mean, one could say that the language of time, like language of the universe, is something that we're just not adept at understanding right now. So, like, we're learning about the language of the universe, but that's quite a claim to say that like language needs to be there when there has to be some communication. It is quite a claim to say that the universe is talking to us. That is a whole, like, it's a belief system instead of, in my opinion, instead of the like kind of a fact.
I kind of agree to that, but I was just asking you, what do you think is the definition of mathematics?
Yeah, that's what I said, right? It's not definable in a sense because maybe a million, like not a million years, we won't be alive then. But I guess in the future, it is very possible that our definition of mathematics will expand to like. There was a time we did not have alphabet in mathematics, so it's like.
That was a good time. Yeah. That was a good time when there were only digits.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I think is that, okay, so again, defining mathematics word as a like as just a single word, I would say that mathematics as a word is just logics, because I guess mathematics is one of the only subjects which is the least irrational.
That is, we have irrational numbers, so that's kind of like.
Okay, so I was just okay. I mean, least subjective.
That we can say that because in today's time, when we learn mathematics, it is very like, okay, there are rules, there are things that you have to do, and you have to learn those rules to be able to do maths. But when these rules were made, they were not rules. They were just like, okay, this is how I can prove something. So
fair, and everybody needs to know the rationality and all those things. I
Yeah.
guess this is also something which is kind of almost always expected from engineers, that they should be rational, they should know about
Yeah.
logics and all, because maybe their curriculum kind of includes a lot of maths and a
Hmm.
lot of logics and all that.
That's crazy to say. I mean, if maths and physics, sort of by extension, was completely rational, then we would not have Oppenheimer stuff like atomic bombs, because no rational person would want to kill so many people. So it's a like words are just words here. So we can't put like a price on rationality. I think
Good point.
because rationality was kept at such a high like pinnacle of thought, and universe is like the universe. So people thought that, okay, if you are rational, maybe you can understand the universe, and maybe this is where like the thought comes from.
Fair point. Fair point.
But yeah, maths is difficult to explain.
Okay, what I think is that I kind of agree with your first statement which you said, which was that why do we think that universe is trying to communicate with us?
Yeah.
It is not. It is just us thinking that it wants to communicate to us. What I just think is that how humans kind of work on is they work on the deduction format.
Yeah.
They want to deduce things. Okay, this thing happened, hence this thing should happen. We try to draw patterns. We try to, because that is how most of the science and most of technology has been developed, with the logics, with the deduction. When you say that mathematics is the language of universe, I kind of would say that language, okay, so language can be used in two-way communications also, okay, one way also.
Yeah, fair.
Now here maybe we think that universe is trying to communicate with us, but maybe we are trying to communicate with universe. It's the other way around maybe. And
Can we change the secrets of universe by communicating through maths?
we cannot exactly change it. What we can do is that we can understand it, and then we can try to manipulate it in a way that
Or maybe use
will
it to our benefit.
Exactly.
Like space travel.
Space travel, also like artificial rain, and your greenhouse that you have built to have crops at a temperature or humidity which is
Yeah.
not natural, and all the IVF and a lot of things, a lot of things. So what humans have been trying to do is that they are just trying to communicate with the universe to understand how it functions, so that they can replicate it to their own benefits.
That's fair.
That's what they want to do. Us, that's what we want to do, because we should consider ourselves as human, as apparently.
So
Fun.
it is. It is quite interesting to think that like we're trying to communicate with the universe, because that is like personifying something that is not exactly a person. That's arguably what happens with religion, but let's not touch on that. So personification of something that is not a person is also a very human thing, right? We learn psychology about that. We inherently want to know, like we want to search for meaning. Otherwise our lives feel like that's nihilism. But without meaning, it's really hard to get out of bed, because the whole, for example, a lot of people say that living life without meaning is like Sisyphus. Like if you don't have a meaning, you're just waking up, cleaning, eating, pooping, and just doing things again and again and again. Why would you do that? Like that's redundant living. So if it does not have meaning, then we lose that sense of life. So we inherently just search for meaning. And as for patterns, we have evolved to learn about patterns. I mean, if we go back to like way back, we need to learn how to spot patterns, to hunt, to forage, to like get any kind of safe spot to like make our homes in. So we cannot, these are just the ways that our brains are hardwired, I think. And we will always look for patterns. I mean, that's how we know what to fear, what to not fear. So that's probably what's happening here, because there are a lot of times I have so many plushies and I used to get so emotionally attached to them because they have a face.
What exactly is a plushie?
Stuffed toy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used to get, I still kind of do, but we get attached to things even when they're not exactly like human, or like we get attached to our pets. So it's just I have derailed again. Wow.
That's what we do
Yeah.
in life. We get derailed
Yeah. That's
often.
right. Yeah.
That is what this conversation is all about. We
Mm.
do not have to draw any conclusions, because
Mm.
if we had to draw any conclusions, we would be doing company board meetings.
But yeah, I
Okay.
guess this is epistemology based question. I guess so that means we need to focus on the meaning of words. So maths we could not do. We completely failed at defining maths.
But
But
language,
language is
mode of communication,
yeah interesting.
simple.
Yeah.
And universe. Universe is a very interesting topic. Universe is a very
Hmm.
interesting word to define. What is universe?
Scientifically, I guess everything that we like that we know to exist, but then they say that there are parts of the universe that we don't know, like we might or might not exist, and so it's everything is so hard to define. I guess in this particular instance, in this question at least, it talks about like the whole space situation, everything that is like expanding or whatever. So I guess physically that is universe.
Mhm.
But if we talk about something that's trying to communicate with us, like communicate to a speck in the universe, not even a specs, like a specs pixel,
Mm.
I guess, because we're just on this whole world, and then the world is in the solar system, and the solar system is barely visible when we take the picture of a universe, like draw a picture of the universe.
This is based on the
So
scientific research that we have done till date.
yeah, exactly. So we might or might not even have the whole picture. And to think that, like, you don't communicate with ants. Ants are bigger than what we look like in the picture of the universe. So it's kind of a
Hmm.
stretch. Kind of a stretch.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, after derailing for an hour,
Yeah, fair.
let's just think that is mathematics a language of universe or not? My final answer is that it's not, because you use language when the other person wants to talk to you.
Mm.
Just assume you are sitting in a train and you wish to talk to someone, but they don't want to talk to you. Doesn't matter if they know your language or not. They just don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
They just want to ignore you. They just want to get off at the next stop,
Mm.
even if their stop was 1 hour later.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Happens.
What I think is that maybe universe also wants to do that, but we are trying to just nudge ourselves onto the universe. Hey, please speak to me.
Mm.
And it is
Yeah.
saying blah blah blah.
We want to believe that there's something bigger so that we don't fall into the existential crisis trap that once we're dead, we're just dead.
Yeah, I guess that also takes us to the topic of nihilism, which will come up 100 of times on this entire channel. In every video, nihilism as a topic comes up always. Nihilism and Sisyphus.
Yeah.
This thing always comes up because this is something very close to my heart. I
Very close to the basic meaning of life.
yes, that is nothingness. But yeah, so humans have been trying to draw patterns. Humans have been trying to communicate with the universe. Humans have been trying to understand their things so that they can understand it and manipulate it in their own benefits. And human race has been able to progress a lot using this technique also. However, this really reminds me. I was watching a very beautiful episode of Yuval Noah Harari, who is the writer of
Yeah.
*Sapiens* and *Homo Deus* and many more such great books. He said humans are the most intelligent, stupid species.
That's so fair.
Because he said like humans are so intelligent that they have been able to understand everything. We have been able to break atom. We have been able to land on moon. We have been able to do a lot of things. But we are so stupid that we are not able to understand the danger and all the things of climate change.
Mm.
uh,
Selective.
how wars are kind of killing us, how any kind of other environmental damage or social inequality is kind of up. So that was a very good statement from
Yeah.
Yuval Noah Harari, that humans are the most intelligent stupid species.
That's
And
so fair.
so I guess even if we are trying to communicate with the universe with the language of mathematics, I guess we are being very selective in understanding or having that conversation, because when universe is very clearly telling you in the most specific language that see climate change is a threat,
Yeah.
you are getting more tsunamis, the sea levels are rising, there are many countries which are just gonna eradicate from the map of the world. But even then we are not able, we don't want to listen to those things. But if it says, you know what, you can have a artificial yes, yes, I can understand that. You know what, you can do some artificial IVF and all. Yeah, yes, I understand that. But you know what, like climate change, you're at a threat. Oh, I can understand. So I guess humans are also like, they are trying to communicate that way, but they are not able to just what do you say? They are being very selective in their communication.
It's crazy how we think we can communicate with the universe when we can't even communicate with each other. I mean, we have the same
communicate-
language.
We cannot communicate with ourselves.
Yeah, for real. We don't even, there are so few people that I have known in my entire life, my like digital and physical life, whatever, who have a clear, like, critical thinking where they know what they're thinking and they can like spot flaws in their thinking, even if it's not like immediate, but in a little bit, and they're so easy to manipulate just because of this. So it's just you can't even use the language that you use to communicate physically, and you want to communicate with the universe. And I mean, it's also a stretch to think that the universe will only communicate in maths, because if you were just born and you were like thrown into the world without your like formal education, you would think that the universe is trying to communicate in rain or in sunshine or biology, for example. So it's kind of like, okay, if somebody is rational, or if they can like just remove their emotion or their own opinion, because maths does not care about opinions. If they can remove their opinion to the side, then they are like the ekdam, what do we call it? They're the best kind of thinker that we have. But that's like a very, I don't know what to say. It's a very reductive way of thinking, because we had a lot of philosophers, but in the recent, I guess, after feminism and after women were allowed to step into philosophy a bit more, sociology has also taken a bigger part, I feel, in like, okay, this is how people feel and this is how you like, it's not useless. The way people feel is not useless, because they're also like, it's not, how do I say this, it's being objective is overrated, because everything in our life is nuanced, everything is subjective. And to remove that is like, you step right into the trolley problem. Like, that's if all of these people who like on the internet try to say, oh, I'm so rational, I'm so objective, try 5 variations of the trolley problem and you will like go straight into like that existential crisis.
There's a very beautiful episode of the Good Place series.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is entirely
It's
on
so
the
good.
trolley problem. High recommendation. Watch The Good Place on Netflix. Very, very good series.
The director of The Good Place is also like Mike Schur. He has a book. He is amazing. How to Be Perfect. Amazing book. Love that.
I love that guy. Like, okay.
And the cover is like perfect, and the tea is down there.
Also, like, if you do not know who that guy is, have you watched The Office? The cousin of Dwight, the Mose. Mose is that guy.
One of the fundamental writers of The Office. He created Parks and Rec. Yes. He created Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is amazing, and the Good Place is nice, and also recently The Man on the Inside.
Man on the Inside, and there's also this offline. Yeah, I am forgetting the name, but it's really nice. Fact check. Okay, and also, like, I was just thinking of one more thing.
I kind of agree with you that sociology point. There's one more thing which I think there's an extension of it when I was saying that humans are not ready to listen to some of the things of universe. I guess there's also a very big contribution of capitalism into this thing. How? Humans are only willing to do the innovations and all of those things which get high investments from big businessmen, because they feel that if this technology is made in the future, this will make us money. There's no businessman, like there are very less businessmen who are concerned about funding climate change and like fighting against climate change and all that. Only governments are the one who are fighting for the climate change, and even
Arguably.
they are not doing it willingly.
Arguably.
Exactly, like they are not doing that willingly.
Yeah. It's just
Wha-
pressure.
exactly, why is it that the capitalists and like the people who have loads of money, like, it's a bullshit thing that humans cannot reverse climate change.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
obviously, like now, since the time has passed for that thing that humans can reverse climate change, I guess scientifically it was
Yeah.
proven recently that now climate change cannot be reversed. But even then, it can be the impact can be mitigated
Yeah.
drastically if even today the capitalists have that intention of doing that. So what I think is that universe is trying to communicate with the people, but we have a semi-permeable membrane on our ears, which only allows the capitalist approved things to get into
Mm.
our ear,
Mm.
and we just disapprove all the things which are not capitalist approved.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, right? If people, rational thinking is put into such importance, but people don't have that. They don't actively work towards it, because if they did, they would understand that our sort of quest to like get as much money and sort of save as much money as we want is kind of like a survival instinct. And we are, as a society, there is a point where you are above that, where your survival is not in question, and so you can just like let go of that. And if people really had that rational thinking, they would see that, because it is a mental process. So it is what it is, I guess. Corporations, we're going into the terrain where we can say corporations run the world, not governments. But
Yes, it's not politics. It's not politics.
okay, fair. That's fair. That's the meaning that we have given to it. So that's epistemology of this one.
But we are not going to talk about politics and religion.
Yeah. We don't.
But corporations.
Corporations. Yeah. So I think there has been some positive change though, because it's very easy to like open a corporation now. It's very easy to communicate with like-minded people on the internet. So there has been some positive, which is great. It's just because of big corporations, it's really hard to get traction on those. And like, it's very understandable where like people would go for the cheapest option instead of the most sustainable one. And it's easier for the corporations to make their items cheaper because they have all those processes in place. And I guess that's just the way of things at a point. I mean, if we had great investors, that's a different conversation. But
fair point.
Where have we where are we now? We started with like language of the universe, and we're at corporations now. That's crazy.
But that's what this entire episode and this entire channel is all about. Randomness.
That's fair. Like the universe.
Yes, exactly.
Like the universe.
And again, like I would just like to iterate why we really wanted to have these kind of episodes. The very basic idea was that I feel that humans should have the freedom to just say whatever they have in their head. I have a
That's
lot
fair.
of things in my head. I often have, because I have a lot of time.
So do I. Okay.
So, like, I have a lot of things on my head, and I feel like a lot of people on this world have a lot of time, and they think about rubbish things. I just feel like this is a very good platform for that. And for you also, there's a very good platform which we call comment section. Please just put all your random thoughts in whichever condition you are in. Just put all of those things on the comment section.
Fair enough. It's also like when we articulate our thoughts, it is much easier to process them because you're giving words to your thoughts.
Exactly.
And that makes it easier to find flaws, because there's nobody on this planet who can like just think clearly. So it's important to have these conversations, because it's like I am outsourcing the finding of flaws to you, and you're doing that to me. So we can like, it's easier to see fault in other people than in yourself, because you're like conditioned into that. So
it is like we are letting our thoughts coming out of the closets.
Yeah, fair. And it's also when we do that, we also have to like understand that we can change our thoughts. I mean, not completely mitigate responsibility. Like if I say something, I have to take responsibility for it, of course. But
No, I
it
don't.
is also normal and understandable that you learn and understand better. Like you do better when you know better. So And that's what keeps me from saying a lot of things on the internet, because once it is on the internet, it is always there. But I'm just saying, people can learn.
Unless you said it on Reddit.
Ah.
Because it is there on internet.
Reddit is a universe. Reddit is
And
a different
It
universe.
is trying to communicate with us.
Yeah.
But mathematics is not a language.
Mathematics on Reddit. I mean, arguable. I've found a lot of shit, but-
Reddit.
Yeah.
It's a universe. It's a alternate universe.
Yeah, if you want to learn the secrets of the universe, just discuss AITA from Reddit. I mean,
Sure.
that's
Sure. Also, like, if you have any good suggestions of a good subreddit, please let us know. I
Yeah.
really would love to explore those subreddits. Anything that you know. That's all. Do we want to conclude this thing?
take a
Is-
stand.
If we want to, if we just want to conclude, like, is method just yes or no? Is mathematics a language of the universe? Yes or no?
As I said before, it is a belief system.
So this is
So-
not a yes, not a no.
But I want to, like, my final statement on this would be that people are free to choose their beliefs, and it does not, like, as long as it helps you live better. If you feel like maths lets you understand things better, great, go ahead. That is for your universe, for what you know. It could be the language, but for me, it's for example, for me, words are the language, because meaning is, like, if you give something meaning and you explain that meaning to me, that makes me understand things. So, like, because literature girly, so not a maths girly that much anymore.
Engineer.
Words girly. So as long as something helps you understand things and get to terms with yourself, all good. If you want to believe that maths is great, maths is great.
Basically, her answer is that whatever helps you sleep at night.
Yeah.
Fair. My answer is it's not the only language of universe. There are many more languages that universe is trying to use. It's just us who don't want to listen to that. We have a semi-permeable membrane on our ears. We just want to listen to the things that the capitalists are gonna fund.
Yeah, that's fair.
And in no way do I want to make people think that I'm against capitalists.
The biggest capitalist, if I ever knew one.
So I am not against capitalists. I am just I don't have enough money to fund the research in
Do you
support of climate change.
Oh. It's that's what everybody says. I just need to stay for another year, but that's all right. That's okay.
Nice. I don't know, like, what kind of personality is gonna be reflected on internet because of this thing of me. But yeah, I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just say
Yeah,
that.
he is a nice
He's
guy.
a nice guy also. Nice. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. This was all from our episode today. We have already given you a lot of stuff to put on comment section, and please just fill random shit on this comment section. Also, like, if you have any opinion on this topic, please share that.
There's one thing that I would just like to, like, end on. Just like he said, talking about capitalism is not a direct attack on capitalism. Trying to understand something, the pros and the cons and sort of the flaws and the good things of something, is not a direct attack. Like, you don't have to back something because it is completely without flaw. So perfectionism it does not exist.
Obviously,
So you choose your demons.
Obviously, capitalists are not gonna listen to this podcast anyway.
They're too busy hustling. They're too busy making money.
There are bigger things to do in their life. But yeah, anyway, because, like,
But if they're making money, if they're a real capitalist, they're making money in this.
but you know, like, how would they listen to this? We will title
on their way to their office, like,
no. We'll title this,
optimizing my seconds.
exactly. We'll title this video as how to be more efficient in your
Oh
work.
my god.
How
to communicate better with the universe to maximize gains.
exactly
My
how to increase stakeholders value
Yeah. In the universe.
if we title this video this way, maybe we can get to the ears of the capitalists. So
Trying to optimize my getting out of the car. Like 2
Exactly.
seconds wasted, $30,000.
5 things I wish I knew when I was 25. This should be
Different video. Too many lessons. Oh my god.
this should be the title of this video so that we can get to the ears of capitalists. But anyway,
Anyway.
that is all from this video.
We keep going into different
I guess this
conversations.
has been pretty long one.
Yeah.
We'll edit it out. Don't worry. You will only listen to the things which we permit that you should
Yeah.
listen. So whatever you're listening now is
Is,
permitted from
yeah.
us.
Good to go. 30-second, 30-minute video that we recorded and we're posting it as 45 minutes. Like, okay, by the way, by the way, this sidebar, fact check,
Nice.
editor notes.
So it was a
Yeah.
very fun conversation,
Yeah, it
and
was.
please subscribe to this channel.